Following videos, we have a mythology read tonight. You know I ain't gonna let y'all down. Oh, beautiful up there doing her thing. Oh, yeah. Tonight's story is from the Gothic Fantasies of Black Sci-Fi short stories. And the story that we're reading is called Erase by Russel Nichols. We're on page 378. See how long it is. So I can see what pace I need to read in. I can't. It's not that long, so I'll take my time. Starting tomorrow, racism in America will be history. When the urgent notification popped up in the mail, the very old man swatted it away. How was he still getting these damn things? He unsubscribed 20 times at least from this mailing list. He never even signed up for it. Tried to block him. What part of no means no didn't these parasites understand? Last week, he was so fed up with the spamming, he called the U.S. Department of Reparations toll-free number to strongly suggest that they go straight to hell. But nobody answered. Today marks the deadline for compliance. After midnight, all members of the new E-Race will face severe penalties, including. He slapped at the air again, deleting the message mid-scroll, then groaned, rolling over in bed. Then groaned, rolling over in bed. The nubs where his legs used to be itched, the sign of a storm coming. Then, boom, 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 on the door of his senior living pod. He pulled the cover over his head, but knew he couldn't hide. "Police!" came the voice from the other side. "Open up, Mr. Ellison." 15 minutes later, the security guard dragged Ellison into the crowded microsurgery clinic. "Get your hands off me," Ellison hollered, fighting but failing to break free. "I exempt." The guard took Ellison to reception. "Got another 406 for y'all." "Wonderbar," said the receptionist. She aimed an ID scanner, clicked, and a blue light flashed. The data loaded onto the computer. "Waldo Ellison, been playing a little hooky, have we?" No, seriously, I'm handicapped." Look, Ellison showed off his robotic prosthetics. "I'm supposed to get a pass." The guard bent down, like talking to a toddler. "Can you say mandatory?" "Please," Ellison pleaded. "I'm not supposed to be here." "Rightio, you're supposed to be over there." The receptionist pointed on the long line of people waiting to go through the pre-op body scanners. Then she pressed the intercom and muttered, "Need a fix on the 406. As the guard escorted Ellison away. "Hold up, I can't do this. I don't do hospital beds. I'll break out real bad." "If you try to break out of here, it won't be good. Trust me." The guard patted Ellison's shoulder and left him in the back of the line. The line was a snarl up going nowhere, like a scene from the DMV back in the day, before autonomous cars. A shame that cars learned to be autonomous. Before people. Look at them, more like drones in the sky, wrapping paper with zero perspective beyond their eye mail. Look at them, staring all blank, scrolling through retinal feeds, the contents of which Ellison can only guess. Erase fashion does or don'ts, do's or don'ts. Do wear bright colors and you'll be fab. Don't wear gray or you look drab. Didn't see what was happening. The Invisible Nation Act will level the playing field by eliminating the perception of skin color from the visual cortex. Ellison whacked the notification away with a grunt. Then, a voice behind him, "What's the matter, Legacy?" Legacy. Now offensive. An old or obsolete person with machine parts. Ellison dismissed the pop-up definition, turned around. "What you call me?" Standing in line behind him was a boy, maybe 15, wearing an LED shirt that kept flashing. "Now you see me, then now you don't." No trigger, he said with his hands up. "Just launching dialogue with you. Looking like we'll be frozen here a minute." Ellison almost asked the boy where his parents were, but then remembered he didn't give a shred of damn. He turned back around, hoping a non-response would shut him up. But the boy asked, Why are you all sad face? Ellison turned around. Look at here, you. Call me Disher. I'm tired and it's about to rain and I'm trying to get out of here. And I got a hunch that if you zip those lips up of yours, that'll happen a hell of a lot faster. You got me? Ellison turned back around. I think I got you, Disher said. Ellison turned around. No, you clearly don't see. 'Cause that was the rhetorical question. That means you're not supposed to answer. A rhetorical question. That means that you're not supposed to answer. I know what rhetorical means. Then why are you still talking to me? Disher frowned. Is that rhetorical? Ellison shook his head, turned back around. Why the damn vote legs? I mean, judging by your body mods, that's last gen suit of your buggy social skills. I'm getting a strong Sederating signal. I fig what a buck of $5, $1.10, important being this should be an achievement day for you. Ellison scoffed. Achievement day. No more color lines, equality all around. That's God particle. Ellison glared at Disher. Was he born remedial, or was he that LED shirt off in his brain cells? It's Trojan horse shit, Ellison said. Edit. Okay, maybe not God particle, but at least it's a step in. Trojan horse shit. What you infected with? Verify. I'm not as ancient as you. Still, I've deloaded enough history to know it was all glitched back up in your era. But now, thanks to this program, I can be somebody. Ellison palmed his face. A monochrome somebody. Legs? You can't act like this complexion don't matter. You know how long it took me to find a job. How many ops declined me because my skin tone. How about all those undocs looking for sanctuary? This should mention to the people in line, like or dislike, this new law levels the playing. Spare me the sound bites, all right? It's the same field, different game. Then without thinking, Ellison shouted, you fools are really think not seeing color will make racism disappear? Who's a fool? Came a voice from the crowd. Ellison felt all eyes on him, but he got an idea. If he can get enough of these drones riled up, the guard would have to step in and Ellison can step right the hell out. Who's a fool, he asked. Everybody in this line, that's who. Who the legacy think he trolling? Somebody asked rhetorically. I speak the truth, he said. You all getting herd up like cattle in the name of equality. Am I the only one seeing this? Amigo, you're going to be seeing a whole lot of less if you keep it at. Somebody said. Ellison kept at it. Discrimination never dies. If not the color of your skin, it'll be your accent, pointing to the various people around him. Or your eyes, or your nose, your height, or your weight. Ellison pointed to Disher. That here, to himself, these legs, a man in color changing, hijab, that Christmas ornament on your head. His partner pushed Ellison's hand away. You crossed the line. See, exactly, that's my point. There will always be a line. The security guard waved a finger at Ellison, a warning to stop. Ellison didn't stop. Do any of you know what it feels like to get hit in the face by a high-pressure fire hose? I'm talking enough water pressure to tear bark off the tree or a brick off a wall. Of course you don't, but I do. I was out there, Kelly Ingram Park, signing, ain't gonna let nobody turn me around while getting sprayed to the ground by pigs. The security guard didn't budge. But you never even heard that song, huh? Listen, don't be mad at me. I'm only speaking the truth. I grew up in the segregated South. Marches, Boy Scouts, sit-ins. Out there fighting for my rights, my life. But see, that's what's wrong with you kids today. You don't know nothing about sacrifice. The security guard wasn't intervening. And now look at you. Staring all blank, scrolling through those retinal feeds for what? Erase fashion, do's and don'ts. Do wear bright colors and you be fair. Don't wear gray and you look drab. Ha! You're standing in line for a mandatory surgery to be colorblind, and that's supposed to be quote unquote great for America. I didn't vote for this. Did you vote for this? Why wasn't the security guard intervening? But wasn't this the end game, Disha said? A future where we don't see color? That means all the protests paid off, right? Isn't this world Dr. Martin Luther King's dream of? The question wasn't exactly rhetorical, but Ellison didn't answer fast enough, and the tension evaporated with murmurs. That's true. Good point. Preach. Ellison hollered. I know where I stand. Somebody hollered back. You're in line just like the rest of us. The crack drew laughs. Moments gone, just like that. Everybody went back to their business, scrolling through their retinal feeds. The security guard raised his fist in the air like the power to the people. Ellison, rage boiling over, stepped out of line, power walking straight for the guard. Starting tomorrow, racism in America will be history. Ellison punched the notification. The guard held his ground, grabbed his nightstick. Ellison closed it in, tunnel vision. Starting tomorrow, racism in America will be history. Today marks the deadline. Ellison batted at the air. He'd shown them a deadline. The guard stepped forward, winding up. Don't take another step, he said. Ellison didn't stop, but as default, a safety feature made his legs slow down. The guard lit up, convinced of his godlike power. Ellison pushed him forward. A disha hand grabbed his arm, holding him back. No band mods, Disha told the guard. I'll take care of him. Get off of me, Ellison said. But Disha used the energy to pivot and escort Ellison to the vacant restroom. Inside there was a window up in the wall, getting pummeled by pellets of rain. Disha locked the door and went into the urinal. Ellison leaned over the sink, adrenaline coming back to earth. What were you thinking? He said, staring at his reflection. You're welcome, Disha said. And don't start spamming me about colored-only restrooms. Ellison splashed his face with water. I don't know nothing about no color-only restroom. Right. That's the truth. I never stepped foot in one in my life. But you said I never marched, never boycotted. The only sit-in I ever did was at home, alone on my couch, when I didn't feel like being bothered with people, which was all the damn time. Disha washed his hands, keeping his mouth shut. Back then, I felt like if I could work hard, make something of myself, anybody could, and everybody blaming racism was just using that as an excuse. I really thought that. What's the error? Disha said. Race is a social construct. If you don't believe in ghosts, they can't attack you. I used to say I don't believe in race. But see, to say that, I was denying the struggle of the oppressed. Hell, my own struggle. I was in denial of myself. Ellison turned to Disha. Look, I know you think this indivisible nation act is the end all, be all. But I'm here to tell you, it's not even close. Racism is grafted into the skin of America. You can't remove it without spilling a whole lot of blood. Disha seemed to consider this, staring up at the window. Look at me. I'm 125 years old. Lost my legs in a car crash before the autonomous cars took over. Didn't fight for any kind of rights. But here I am, a survivor, and I can't even live with the guilt of doing nothing. I have to resist. I want to make a difference. I want to make a difference, and I will not let our history get wiped away. History lives on, Disha said. Right here. Disha pointed to his chest. Ellison figured he was talking about his heart, but all he could see was the shirt flashing. Now you see me, then now you don't. The room was silent, except for the patter of heavy rain. Disha looked at the window again. Ready to X out of here? You and me. Ellison felt a surge of pride, but he knew the weather would force his prosthetics into safe mode. Probably wouldn't get 2 blocks. I don't know. Disha tapped Ellison's arm. That was a rhetorical question. Ellison chuckled, took a deep breath, and positioned himself under the window. Then, boom, 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 on the restroom door. Ellison's legs held steady under the weight as Disha stood on his shoulders. Disha opened by the window, looked down at Ellison. You following? Ellison heard his eyes at the door. Ellison heard keys at the door. You go on. I'll see you on the other side. No, you won't. Go on. I'll find you. You just go and keep going. And don't look back. You got me? Disha gave him a sad smile. I got you, Legacy. The boy pulled himself up, crawled out the window into the storm. When the security guard burst in, the very old man fell to his mechanical joints. Starting tomorrow, racism in America will be history. Moments later, Ellison came out of the restroom on a stretcher. Heavy eyes, the world fading as sedative took hold, body going numb, but he could still feel the weight on his shoulders. Where the boy had been standing, an orderly pushed him through the pre-op area, past the line of the drone he gave no damns about. He sacrificed to make a difference, and nobody could take that away. You can't make me do this, a woman hollered at the receptionist, a kindred spirit, as the orderly pushed him through the door and down a white hall toward the operating rooms. Ellison heard the receptionist over the intercom. Need a fix on the 406? And that was when he saw it. At first, he thought it was side effects from the sedative or his old eyes playing tricks on him. But no, there, through the window of the waiting room, he saw a group of kids sitting completely still, their heads plugged into the walls. And one of them, a girl, maybe 15, unplugged herself and walked out towards the pre-op area in the same LED shirt. They all were flashing, "Now you see me, then now you don't."